What about now, guys?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. Okay, so the people that weren't here are gonna be very upset with me because I forgot to record this.
Oh,
I know.
okay, I was hoping to revise it.
Uh, I got so
That's all right.
comboggled with trying to get that to work, I forgot to hit record. Oh well,
Yeah.
they're gonna be mad, but all right. We'll start from here and I'll record a Loom video for them for what they missed. But anyways, did you hear the part about the leverage that we calculated that we could only use $297? And did you hear me talking about how to stack it? Because I can go over it again. I don't know when exactly you guys cut off.
No, I don't remember this.
Okay, I'm going to go over it again anyway because I'm not sure you guys heard it and it wasn't recorded. Let me take all this off. All these calculations. Okay. So I was talking about leverage and the fact that, so if we thought this was a 5-wave move, we're going to pull our fib extension on this and our orders get stacked in here. But if we have to pre-decide how much we want to lose per trade. Remember, we talked about that. So if we have a $3,000 account, and this is just an example, this works with a $500 account, and we decide we only want to lose 1%, that's 30 bucks. So we do times 1%, it's $30, okay? I recommend 1%, guys. So it says, okay, so our stop loss is, and it takes my calculator off here, but anyways, our stop loss is, oh, I'm in the pin. Jesus. All right. So our stop loss is 1.43 away. Okay. We're stacking our orders in here, but we have to go with worst case scenario that only the 236 is going to get picked up. We can't, if we're pre-doing this, we can't pull this down here to the 618 because we don't know if that one's going to get picked up, right? But worst case scenario, only our 236 is going to get picked up. So we have to use this one, the 1.43% away. Okay, we've decided that we only want to lose $30. So 30 times, not times, divided by, we got to move our decimal over 2 spaces. So it comes out to 0.0143 equals. We can only enter $2,097 of our $3,000 account to only lose 30 bucks. So we have $2,097 to work with. Okay? We do not 5x this and use $8,000. What does that do? That means we are 5xing our $30 that we're going to lose. So instead of $30, we're going to lose $150. So if we were to take that 2,097 bucks and 5x it, when you do that, 2 times 5 is 10, so it's $10,000. And you're trading with $10,000, you're also 5xing your stop loss of 30 bucks. So you will not lose 30 bucks. You will lose 3 times 5. You will lose $30 times 5. This is a no-no. Okay? We take this amount of money and we split it up. Okay? So let's see. we'll use $200 of it. And you can break this up any way you want, and we'll times 2x it. Okay? And we'll put 400 on the 236. Okay? We've only used 200 of our account, but now it's 4 because we're on leverage. Then we'll take another 200 of our account and 2x it. And we'll put 400 here. Then maybe we'll use 400 and 2x it. And we'll put that on the 0.5. Okay. Now at this point, we've only used $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 of our money. So you can do this any way you want and use leverage in here. As long as you don't go over this, all you're going to lose is $30 down here if your stop gets hit. The key to leverage is to use less of your own money. You could even use $50 and 10x it if you want to. However you want to break it up is up to you. And put that on one of these. That would be $500. And that could maybe go here. But when you add these up over here, they cannot go over that amount. Any questions about this? Do you understand why we do it this way? It's so that if this stop gets hit, that's all we lose is $30. So we break it up on leverage. If you want to use leverage, you don't have to. You can just break this amount up and put 400, 400, 800, whatever of your own money with no leverage. Okay? It's up to you what you want to do. But leverage is only used so you use less of your own money. It's never to go over how much you're allowed to lose. Any questions about that part of it? You guys still with me? Okay. You still with me, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I just had to check because... All right, so we're in the position. We got picked up at the 236. We got picked up at the 382. Now we've pivoted. Now we have a 1 and a 2. Where's our stop loss? What do we do? Why can we move it up to here? Because this 1 and 2 can't pass the bottom.
We move it only after breaking the top, right?
Yes. If you thought if you thought this is a 1 and it's coming down for a 2 and you're very confident that that's 5 waves, you can move it to here. But the safer play is wait for it to break. Because a 2 can't pass a 1. But the safer play, so you don't get stopped out, is wait for it to break the high. Then move it up. Okay? So we're going to hit play. And we're in green heaven right now, okay? And that was a very fast move. Now, I'm going to take this off. Take these off. Now we're down on the 5-minute time frame. Okay? And TDI and all that gets, involved in this. All right, we'll get into that later, but right now we're just going over this strategy. So, we know we got a 1 and a 2. So we're going to pull our fibs. And we're going to pan out. We're going to go up on the 15-minute. Now, I was pretty confident we were making a flat. Okay? And fees come off 618. If you're going to preset it, you're going to take little bits off at each one of these. Max profits comes off at the 2.618. Profits gets taken off here too, guys. Even preset. Full profits would have came off here. And you would be out of the trade at this point. And you would have not been wrecked by that dump. Because full profits would have came off there. Fees, little bit of profit, 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 full profit. And that is the strategy for a 5-wave impulse. Now I'm going to go over the strategy again, and I'm going to question you guys if you're okay with it, so this will be recorded for the other ones. So the strategy is not knowing whether we have an impulse wave or an ABC zigzag. Why? Why do we not know what the difference is between the two? Can somebody answer that?
Very similar profile.
Right. What is the count for this ABC? Well, let's think about it. What's the count for a 1? 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. ABC zigzag is the only correction in all of Elliott wave that starts with 5. No other correction is going to have 5 waves. It's just the ABC zigzag. And the C wave in an ABC zigzag can get overextended. So it's very hard to tell which one we're playing. So what's the first thing we do? We see we have 5 waves. Stop loss at the bottom. Because a B wave in a zigzag is not allowed to break the bottom. Rule breaker. And a 2 and an impulse wave is not allowed to break the bottom. Rule breaker. So that's where the stop loss goes, because if it does, we are wrong, and this is not 5 waves, and we're not going to get another 5. What starts with 5 ends with 5. This is where the saying comes from. 5, we're going to get another 5. 5, we're going to get another 5. We stack our, pull our fib extension on the first 5. We stack our orders in here to catch this as it's coming down. We still don't know whether it's a B or it's a 2. Our orders get picked up. Okay. Then inside of both of these waves, whether it's a 3 or it's a C, both of them are going to have 5 waves inside. Okay? Both of them. Whether it's a 3 or it's a C. Okay? Then we pull fib extension. Fees come off at the 618. Take profit fees, whatever they are, for your exchange. A C wave should not really go past the 2.236, but sometimes we see it with flats and stuff. But this is not a flat play. This is this strategy. All right. First take profits a little bit here. A little bit at the 2 point. So let me say this. Usually a C wave is going to hit somewhere in here. And this is why we start to take profits here. This is what we call the corrective pocket. 1-to-1, 1.236, 1.382. I'm including the 1.618 because C waves usually overextend to there. So each of these fib levels gets a little bit of profit taken off. A third wave has to hit the 1.618 to be a legitimate third wave. But third waves usually overextend to the 2.618. So 1.618 more profit comes off, 2.236 more profit comes off, all of your profits comes off at the 2.618. Just in case we have a C wave and we don't have a third. You've taken all of your profit, you've caught the bulk of the move, because the third wave is the bulk of the move. If we end up having an impulse wave, you get back in on the fourth and you play the fifth. It's your choice. But in both of these, the ABC zigzag and the impulse wave, the bulk of the move, the biggest profit move, is the third wave. And that's the one you want. Is the C wave and the third wave. The rest of this, if it's an impulse wave, you'll get back in on the fourth and you can play the fifth. But if we get an overextended third, we're not going to get an overextended fifth. So this wave here is going to be about the length of your wave one.
Does it make sense to pretty much just play the third wave for the most part?
Yes. Yes. This is the wave I play. This wave right here is your money maker. Now, we showed it on lower time frames, okay? This is a C wave, and see how overextended it got? This was a flat. And this is a C wave. I'm sure millions of people got wrecked in here because they thought this was the start of something and it was an impulse wave. That's why we take our profits totally at the 2.618. Because I'm sure they were expecting this to be an overextended third. I'm sure they expected this choppy mess to be a fourth because they like to come into the prior fourth. And I'm sure they expected they were going to get a fifth to the upside. Well, that didn't happen, did it? But with our strategy, we're totally out right here. And we've made all of these profits from here to here. And they're secured and we're out. If this would have come down correctively, okay, stop would have been right here. And you could have entered if you wanted to and tried to catch this fifth. But I already knew that this was most likely not an impulse wave because of this three wave stuff back here. But worst case scenario, you would have gotten stopped out here if you would have tried for it. So in this case here, if you wouldn't have known it was a flat, okay, and you know, I wasn't 100% sure. I was pretty sure, but you can't be 100% ever, right? Especially in crypto. Just leave it on there. You would have pulled a fib extension from your 2 to the top of your 5. And if you're going to play this 4, you're going to stack your orders in the 236, the 382, and the 0.5. It would have picked up your 236. Your stop needs to go under this 4th right here. Because if it is a 4, it can't go past that 4. That's where the stop would go. And then you could have tried for the 5th. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I got to be really confident in the fact that this is an impulse wave to play this. And I would not have played it on this one because I was pretty sure that this was a flat. And in this case, I was correct.
Could you please do this exercise on this current wave like you did?
This one? This one?
You were talking about
Here? Okay, so when we go down to a small time frame on this, I don't like the way this started off over here. This looks really three-wavy to me. Right here. This looks like a zigzag to me. That's not what an impulse wave looks like. So that has me concerned that is started off in 3 waves. But, hey, this could be, I mean, let's see how far down we can take a look. So say this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. This doesn't look high enough to me to be a third, but we'll see. No, see? What did I say a third wave needs to come to? This is going to be an impulse wave. It needs to be way up here. Third wave needs to hit the 1.618 to be a legitimate third wave. So what does that tell us, guys? This is an A, this is a B, and this is a C. Came right in to what we call what? The corrective pocket. 1-to-1, 1.236, 1.382. So really, to me, this looks like a three-wave move. So I'm going to be very cautious about this because it started off in, to me, what looks like three. Okay? So that tells me that most likely what we're doing here is we've got 3, 3, and we're going to make 5, and it's going to be an ABC. But say I'm wrong, and say that this is actually a wave 1, and this is a wave 2, and this is a wave 1, and this is a wave 2, and now we're starting the wave 1 of the third. Stop loss would need to go where, guys? If this is the wave 1 of the third, where would a stop loss need to go?
Bottom of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right there.
Right there. Okay, so what we're thinking here is that this is not a C wave, and this is what you would have to be thinking to trade this. That this is a wave 1 of a third, and we're going to blast to the moon. Okay? So we kind of missed the boat, but the play would have been on this first part of it. We've kind of missed the boat. This even looks like 3 waves to me. Doesn't look like 5. But let's assume it's 5, so you'd pull your fib extension. You'd stack your orders in here. And you would have gotten picked up all the way down to the 618. Stop loss here. Calculate your position size. We would have, if we caught this, we would have already been able to move our stop to here. Okay. And I'll take this off now. And I will talk about the, I know what you're asking about the pullback. And we're going to talk about it. All right, so we're already up to the 2.236. So all of your profits would be pretty much taken off. You'd have a little bit left just in case this is pulling back for a 4 to give us another 5 to the upside. 2.268 would be total takeoff profits, right? So most of your profits would have already been taken with the 1-to-1, 1.236 and all that, okay? But we're assuming that we're making 5 waves and we're going to get a pullback for 2 for a bigger wave 3 because we're down on the 5 minutes, right? So let's go up. So we're thinking this is 1, 2. This is another 1, 2. And this is the start of the third. So we're going to need a wave 2 pullback. So this could be done. I don't like that 1, but we'll call it a 1. And this is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. Right now it's not tanking very fast, but we'll look at it closer. Let me see what it's doing. Well, it didn't go past wave 4 territory. See that? It wicked down there, but it didn't go past. So we could be getting another wave to the upside. So what we're going to be looking for here. First, we're going to be looking to see if it gives us another wave to the upside. Or it's done and we're looking for a pullback here. But stop loss is going to have to go now here. Why? Because if this is all a wave 1 and not a C, 2 is going to come down. and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. And this can still be a C wave, guys. Remember that. But you are going to get more of it if this is the case. If this is the wave 1 of it and not the entire C. So we pull a fib extension on here down to here. So we probably are going to get more to the upside, but we got to watch this 618 because a C wave can end there. So what we're looking for is for this to give us a decent pullback. This is not an easy one by any means, but this is what we're going to look for. I don't think this is quite done. I think it's making another 4 and a 5. Or it's going to give us a very shallow 2.
I have a quick question here. Is there any easy method to identify the wave 1 in that copy? Because it's very hard to notice for me.
It's not an easy wave structure. Okay? It's difficult. This is not easy at all, especially for you guys as beginners. I think this is awful. This is very awful. Don't feel bad that you cannot recognize it. Because to me, this looks like 3 waves. This looks like 3 waves. It looks like we had an A, B that broke the downside, and a C to the upside. Then we had, so let's label it like if it's corrective, okay? So A, B, C. What we have here is an A, B, C. Actually, it's WXY. Let me label it right. Because it's 3. This is 3. And this is 3. And this is a choppy mess. It does not look, it's obviously something, but it's ugly. Ugly, ugly. And it could be another 3 wave. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like 3, 3. This is not an easy one, guys, by any means. Looks like 3. And then we had a running flat right here. 3. And now we're making 5, which would be a flat. And this would be all corrective. It would go like this. This would all be A. This would all be B. Actually, WXY, I'm sorry. And this would be Y. Up to that 618 probably. Which this Y could go higher. I'm almost done. So what do you do here? You do what I said. If you want to try for it, you wait for the pullback and stop loss goes here. I've got that labeled wrong. If this is corrective, it's going to do this. W, X. And then we need 3 waves in Y. And it can easily give you 3 bigger waves. Like this. This first 3 waves is your A, pulls back for B, and then gives C up, back up to the upside. And then this Y is higher. It can totally do this. It looks corrective, but I can't be 100% sure. If you want to take the chance on it, like I said, this is where your stop needs to go, right here. ETH looks like it has one more possible upside and then correction. So the play on ETH would be when it pulls back, the stop would go here. And if you're going to treat it like a wave 1 of the 5th, this is where the stop's got to go. Wait for the pullback. And that's your entry. But it just looks done to me. It does look done to me, guys. It really does. I don't think I'm going to be jumping in there. Not unless it gives us a very corrective pullback. Very corrective. Right here. And it cannot break this low right here. See how you have to pan out to the bigger picture? This looks done. This looks like a complete 5-wave move. This doesn't look like a wave 1 to go higher. I mean, maybe, but this looks almost complete. This was the entry here. Okay, so what we're going to do, like I said before, we're going to see if we get another hit to the high. This wave is almost done. Whether we get another hit to the high is to be said. But jumping in here on a 4th wave to play a 5th is not really something we want to do with this potential being a C wave. Okay? But we don't know 100%. So we're going to let it do its thing today a little bit. We're going to wait and see if it gives us another wave to the upside. And then we're going to watch this pullback and see what kind of pullback is it giving us. Is it giving us a very sharp rejection? Or is it giving us a controlled correction? If it gives us the controlled correction, then we'll consider playing along. But right now, I wouldn't short it and I wouldn't long it. Because it's so up in the air of what is this mess? Is this the start of something? Or is this just a three-wave move? Do you guys understand that? I'm leaning three-wave move. But that doesn't mean I'm correct. But it needs to hit the 618. It should. But lately, they've, it's been weird. It should hit the 618. And it hasn't. Unless it starts down here. And it still hasn't hit it, so. So let's see if it gives us another hit to the high. Then it should correct. I would be totally not advising you guys well to jump into this right now. That wouldn't be good advisement. If we were down here in RSI, that would be totally different. Or even just turning up, that would be totally different. The 4 hours already way up here. And we have horrible bearish divergence. This isn't a place to go long in. This is a place I would be thinking short. Now, nothing's 100%. Could this blast to the moon? Of course it could. It could. We know that. Nobody was expecting that dump. Nobody was expecting that pump. Boom, boom. It wrecked everybody on both sides. All right. So I will watch this as close as I can today and try and advise the best I can for it. But it really looks three-wavy to me. Really does. And ETH looks like it's done or very close to being done. And it's going to pull back. And what we're watching for on ETH is to see if we can get a pullback that doesn't break this low right here. If it pulls back and in a controlled manner, which that's the ugliest controlled manner, and the 4 hour comes on down, gives us some divergence, I just feel we're going to get a harsh rejection here. I just feel it. Because even if this pulled back, do you see this RSI coming down and giving us divergence? It would have to break this low to give us divergence. This bearish divergence here looks like this is done and it's going to correct bigger. This just looks done to me. All right, do you guys have any more questions?
I have one on the Bitcoin chart. Can it come very fast down and even break the wick on the bottom? It is a correct move that you mentioned.
Yes, if this is an ABC to the upside, this is going to be a W. All this is going to be an X, and then we're going to come down for a Y.
Yes, for the partner of the A, right?
Right.
In the X.
Yeah, this. Yes, we need the Y. If this is a 3-wave move to the upside, it's going to give us an X. Okay. Which it could go higher. Could. And then we would need Y. And this is the entry we want. That's the entry we want. Because this is what remember the overall picture here.
Yes, and yesterday you mentioned the time is not.
The time, yeah, the time is not right on this. So we really, if we get lucky, we're going to get another hit down, and that's going to be our entry. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
That's what I'm hoping for, guys. I'm really hoping we come on down and we make this a WXY. Okay? And the Y is actually here. I mean the W, X, and then we come down for this Y. Game on. We're going to go long. Especially if we come down into this order block right here. Because we'll either have one of two things, okay? We're either going to have, this is a 4th wave, and we're going to get another 5th to the upside. So 1, 2, all of this was 3. This is going to be 4, and we're going to get a 5th, okay? And that 5th is going to be worth playing because we're up on the 12-hour, okay? Much bigger 5th. We're not talking about a 5th on the 15-minute time frame. We're talking about a 5th on the 12-hour. That's totally different. Or it's even better, and this is actually a 1 and a 2, and this is part of the 3rd that's going to be so high I can't even put it up there. And this is done, and what we're actually making here is a 2-wave of the 3rd. That's way up there, guys, way up there. I mean, we're talking moon. This is a 1-wave of the 3rd. It's gigantic. And that means that the 3rd wave of this is going to be huge. We're talking.
And if you zoom out, isn't it also like the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave of the 3rd wave? Like, even if you zoom out a little more, like on a monthly or maybe.
So this is going to be. Yeah, so let me get this off here. So if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'm hoping we get another little move down here, we're talking 1. Hopefully we get this 2 a little deeper if it is a 2. No overextensions, none. We're looking at these kind of numbers. And that's not all. That's the 3rd. This, then we'll do this. Okay? If this is the bullish scenario, and this isn't a But even if it is, it means we're going to do this. And that's going to be the buy of the century. Because then we're going to do this. Okay? So either this is an A, B, C zigzag, or it's a 1, 2, 1, 2. And I really want it to give us another hit to the low. So if you notice, on the daily time frame, these are the entries. I want this daily to come and give us the 40. That's what I want. If it does that, guys, I'm just spot buying and holding. If this daily comes on down here to the 40 and gives us that, it's on. Do you understand why? Because it will either mean we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2, or we got a big fifth to play. Either way. But come on, Bitcoin, give us a break here. Don't moon now. It really looks 3 waves, guys. Really does. If this was a 1, 2, 1, 2, and this was the start of the third, I really feel it would have went already and not sat here and played around. But this, I think they're going to pump and dump it a little bit more to shake everybody out. And when I look at ETH is over, like, ready for correction. So I'm really hoping I'm right. I really am hoping I'm right. Where the heck's ETH? Why are these not in order? Now put it the other way. This just looks like it's ready to be done. If it's not done, it doesn't have much more to go. And it's got to correct. I mean, there's only so many 3s and 4s you can make before you have to make a correction of decent size. But we will watch for this to be a 1 wave of the 5th. So we'll watch what kind of correction it gives us here. All right, well, I'll try to keep you guys as updated as I can. And if you have any questions, just throw them in the questions channel. And I feel bad this guy couldn't hear me. But I did record most of it, so they won't be too mad at me. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I'll see you. If I have time this afternoon, I'm not sure if I will because I have family here. But if I have time this afternoon, I'll do another live. If not, I will keep you guys updated if I think that this is turning into something other than a 3 wave. And hopefully it's not going to moon on us. If it moons on us, I'm going to be very pissed. But if you want to take a chance on it, this is where your stop goes, right here. If this is going to be something to the upside. It cannot break. Really? Well, that's the safest space for your stop right there, if you want to take a chance on it. Okay? I'm going to wait it out a little bit. I'm going to wait it out and see what this, if it moves one more to the upside and what it does after that. Does it give us a sharp rejection or does it give us a controlled one? If it gives us the controlled one, then I'm going to take the chance that this C wave is going to go higher and this is just the wave one of it. Or that it's something and I'm wrong and this is not a three wave over here. And either way, the upside should be played if this gives us a controlled correction. But I think it has another hit to the high up here to the 618. And then it's going to correct. And it's going to confuse everybody, of course, because they're not going to know whether it's an ABC or it's a 1212. But it'll all depend on what kind of correction it gives us. Okay? I will see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers, Carrie.
All right.